Welcome to Monster Week, but I'm a week late. I didn't bother getting involved in the first Monster Week when they did Kraken. I was a week or two late, I think, when they did Dragon Week. This time around, I'm a week late as well, so keeping up with tradition. The theme this time is the Fae. There's no secret that I have an affinity for goblins. The lore has changed in recent years. One moment, please. Addictions. So, the lore has changed in recent years, making goblin kind. Where is my mouse? There it is. Making goblin kind into Fae races. There. Sooner or later I'll have this set up in a way that I actually like. But, yeah, the lore has changed. So, goblins, past couple of years, are now a Fae race. They're Fae creatures. I think this is a mistake on the part of WotC, both mechanically and lore-wise. But that's what they did. There's nothing I can do to change it. So, what does that look like thematically? What would goblins living in the Feywild be? Considering in the prime material plane, they're almost banal. Although they crave magic, as they do all forms of power, magic is almost averse to them. The way they're written in the standard lore, and had been for decades. What would goblins be like, both infused with and suffused in the strong magical energies of the Feywild? You know, obviously they'd have a lot more spellcasters, but that's not what I mean. On the material plane, goblins are chaotic and violent, and they're definitely very dark. In the Feywild, they could remain chaotic, violent, and dark, but also magically potent. And this would play in very strongly with their penchant for keeping what we can call indentured servants, to avoid using the words that YouTube doesn't like. Now, some people mistakenly assume that the Feywild is completely without law. And some people mistakenly assume it's completely orderly, just very complicated. I think, if anything, the Feywild has too many laws. The realm is ruled by the courts, but they don't say just the two courts, the Seelie and Unseelie. What if there are thousands of courts throughout the Feywild, each ruling over limited but overlapping aspects of law within their world, and over Fey beings living or traveling outside of the plane? Think about it from that point of view for a minute. This is not to say the Feywild and its people are lawful. They might be better described as subversively litigious. Forever making the best use they can of whatever obscure legal references they can find for whatever end they desire. But think of the Fae in general as slimy ambulance-chasing lawyers. good or bad. They're very litigious, and they may take advantage of those laws, often against those ignorant of the law. An entire plane full of lawyers. That, to me, is what the Feywild would be like. Forever looking for any loophole they can take advantage of. Now, in this environment, what's described as a goblin's low cunning would be perfectly suited to legal manipulation. Writing and enforcing contracts over minor disputes and entrapping the unwary into perpetual servitude through insurmountable debt. All the while slowly trying to gain individual power and usurp that same power from each other. In this light, I can see goblins having the potential to be very dangerous, both individually and in small or large groups. The only thing that might keep them from becoming a serious threat or controlling vast territories as a kingdom would be their infighting and deceit, as they constantly steal power and influence from one another, forever betraying each other to get one step further up the food chain. If there has to be such a thing as Feywild goblins, I think this is the version of them I would most likely enjoy, both as a DM and as a player. Alright, maybe next year I'll catch wind of Monster Week early enough that I can get a video out in time for it. You know, get involved properly like. But for now, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Give me ideas. Let me know what you think Fairyland goblins should be. And tell me if you think I made any mistakes. I'd rather be corrected than keep being wrong. We'll talk to you next time.